Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your Chief, alright, welcoming you to week 33. Exciting week, guys. I need you very focused this week. As you know, alright, the whole world has changed. But fundamentally, as Dato Sri Vijay told me again this weekend, this is the time for network marketing. This is the time for e-commerce. This is the time for e-commerce entrepreneurship. And if you put all of the time requirements together, it leads to one company, that is our company, QNet. So whatever you are doing right now, if ever there was a time where you want to be switched on, aggressive, talk to anyone and everyone in your hot zone, warm zone, cold zone, complete strangers on the street, do it now. Because the momentum that you will create over the next few months is the momentum required for you to ultimately be ready for max out. So recognize this fact. Recognize this fact that all the challenges you had before of people saying they don't need a business, they're happy with their jobs, they don't believe in e-commerce, all those excuses are gone. Today, everyone needs QNet. Like I said many times, right? QNet was something like a choice people made to start their journey as an entrepreneur. But today, QNet is no longer a choice. It is a necessity, all right, for people not only to make their dreams a reality, not only financial freedom, but basic survival. They need us. They need our business. They need this concept of network marketing, especially that QNet is the one and only fastest growing 100% e-commerce direct selling network marketing company on the planet, guys. So this is our time to rise, as Dato Sri Vijay always says. All right, and I'm excited, okay, because I'm falling in love with this Instagram live that I'm doing every Sunday. All right, I hope you guys enjoy it. Go to my Instagram, the V Chief, one word, the V Chief Instagram, and look at the Sunday Instagram messages, which is about 30 minutes. All right, it'll help your network. I'm relaxed and you get to be in bed with me. I mean, I'm recording while I'm in bed, so technically, all right, okay. And this Wednesday message, I want to talk about something which I believe in fundamentally, something that I realize is something people misunderstand. That is the word consistency. Now, if you remember a few Wednesday messages ago, I spoke about momentum of pushing the car, all right, to create momentum in an organization. Because ultimately, you need to understand what business you belong to. Your business needs to reach exponential growth. And then the momentum takes over and your checks just explode to 5,000 US, 10,000 US, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000, 100,000 US. And to reach that exponential explosion, the mathematics is very simple. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, 64, 1 to 8. It keeps growing, right? And when your base of exponential is huge, then the next number is into the thousands, which guarantees a max out to your primary TC. Now, what is required to reach that exponential growth, to reach that explosion? So if you look at all the max out kings and queens, all right, they grew slowly, just like you. All right, they didn't start from day one and went like that. You understand? They grew slowly, 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 slowly until they reached a point of exponential growth. All right, that tipping point, and then their organization went like that. And this journey, which can be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. This journey requires one word: consistency. And this is the biggest challenge for networkers. It was a great challenge for me, all right, when I started, of being consistent. And I want you to understand today the meaning of consistency. Now, everyone connects the word consistency, like you and I know, to activity. Activity consistency is obvious. That means you must be consistent with your presentation. And I'm bringing you back to the fundamental secret of my success, the success of all the Max Out Kings and Queens, which is consistent presentation. All right? A culture of consistent presentation, and the only way to create this culture is by you doing it. All right? Attending trainings, attending system, watching the Wednesday message, all right, registering for VTube, coming to VCon, coming to the leadership camps, VLC, ISB, whatever it is. It requires consistency. Now, the danger that networkers face is that most people who are hungry, most people who want financial freedom and who have a dream that is important, they are consistent to a certain point, and then they get frustrated, all right, because they have really worked hard and they are not getting the desired results, and that's when they stop being consistent. But activity continues. They still go to the events, VCon, they do presentation, all right, but they are stuck there because that is when they lost their consistency of attitude, their consistency of belief, their consistency of that decision. So consistency is only 10% activity. That's obvious. You can push anyone to do a presentation. You can push anyone to come for a training, come for VCon, come for your events. But what's happening in here is what you cannot see. You cannot realize. And the mistake most people make, they focus on pushing everyone for activity without analyzing what's going through their downline's mind. Alright? That here, they have already switched off. Body moving, hand moving, pencil, pen moving, presentation happening, attending training, listening, out of some very confused obligation or fear of what people will say when they quit, or going back to their family and the family saying, I told you so. So what happens is that you have an organization of people doing the activity, and most of you don't even have enough people doing activity. But those of you who assume arrogantly that I've got a network which is running and doing and showing presentation and attending events, but what you fail to see is what's really happening in their mind. That consistency is not only a topic to discuss about activity. That is the most obvious one. But consistency, as Dato Sri Vijay taught me 22 years ago, has many layers. Alright? From the decision. How consistent are people with the decision they have made that this is what they want to do? Because remember, the consistency required to reach the exponential explosion, this journey can be long, can be short. It's different from every individual and every organization around the world. Now, halfway there, they made a decision, this is what I want to do. I want to be an entrepreneur with QNet. I have a dream. All right? And they start. And this could be 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years. And the greatest danger is when they are here, they suddenly realize it's not working. I don't know whether I believe in this anymore. Alright? There's something wrong. I saw the other guy succeed. I did not succeed. And the mistake uplines make, they don't address this in conversation. They're only focusing on the consistency of activity. Dato Sri never asked me about my activity. Dato Sri was very focused in what was happening inside this beautiful head of mine. He was very focused and constantly checking and checking and checking whether there was consistency on that decision I made the day I left corporate and became a full-time IR. whether I was still willing to do whatever it takes. He constantly checked whether my consistency of decision was solid. And this week, I want you to do this. I want you to sit with all your downlines and have a heart-to-heart talk. And not just sit down with them and say, hey, don't forget, do this. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow training. Hey, forget, don't register for VCon. You understand or not? Alright? And that's easy to do. But Dato Sri took it to another level. The reason I'm still here consistent after 22 years, because he took the time to know what's happening in my mind, which was not showing in my face. Because my face, as networkers, we all are trained to, yes, I can do it, unbelievable, let's do it, unbelievable, let's do it. That's what we are trained. Alright? Our belief outside may not be a true representation of the consistency of our belief inside. And the mistake we make is we take it for granted that everyone is consistent mentally, but they are not. I've seen many people switch off here, switch off here, switch off here. I have seen morons switch off just 1 inch away from exponential explosion, simply because nobody spoke to them, simply because nobody went in and reignited and reminded them of the need of consistency. You need consistency in your decision. That no matter what happens, your decision consistency is all the way to exponential explosion. Alright? You need consistency in belief. That many times during your journey, your belief is tested and tested and tested and tested and tested. And that's when people switch off emotionally, mentally, but continue physically. But if you only continue activity physically, it's stagnation. You don't move. You're stuck here. You can't go. Alright? Because consistency is at every level. You must have consistency in decision, consistency in belief, consistency in warriorship, consistency in love. That you got to love what you're doing. That the minute you hate it, it's considered switch off. But you still do it. And you're stagnant. So there are many people in networking today who are just stuck. And they're asking why. And they're looking at the uplines. They said, I'm consistent upline. I'm doing presentation. I attended all the training. I did everything you tell me to, but I'm stuck. And you are wondering what's wrong. He's doing everything right. Maybe my system doesn't work. No. That he's consistent only on the first level. But if you go in deeper, you will find out that his belief has switched off. Alright? His decision has stopped. The power, momentum of the decision. His love for what he does has switched off. Alright? His warriorship has switched off. And now he has fear. And consistency doesn't only revolve around activity. Consistency is 90% attitude more than action. Action without consistency in the mind is stagnation. And you have an organization with hundreds of people who are stuck at various levels before reaching that exponential explosion which guarantees max out, I promise you. And I've seen this throughout 22 years. There is uplines. You must do what Dato Sri Vijay did for me. He sat me down and had a conversation, a heart-to-heart conversation, to understand where is my consistency in decision, alright, my dream, my warriorship, my love for what I do, my belief. And when he sensed that one of it was not consistent, he would correct it. He would spend hours with me. And that is what you should do as an upline. You need to understand what's happening in the minds of your leaders, your downlines at every level. Activity is one aspect of it. Attitude is 99%, guys, of this business. If somebody's attitude is wrong, not consistent, presentation will get rejected. Attending training, he's a zombie, not listening or learning anything. Coming to VCon, zombie. That he has actually switched off. But the hands and everything is just robotic, you understand? Being switched on is here. Being switched on is here. And then activity. Activity on this off, stuck. This on, activity on, then I guarantee you reach here to that point of exponential. And that's when the 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 a week is possible. And to reach there, no matter how long that journey is, you must be consistently switched on here, and in the activity you do. And that's what you must really understand about your organization. Alright, and if you correct that like Dato Sri Vijay did, I promise you, hundreds of people, thousands of people will reach that point of exponential explosion, which guarantees max out. I love you guys.